So this is going to be part two to my pre-mission experience explanation. Following the conference, the youth conference, that was in August, like early August. So getting into the fall, like September, I remember my uncle, he came to our place. He just stops by sometimes, and he was like, "Hey, I'm planning on going to Florida to that place that I sublet, or that gets sublet to me for like 3 weeks every October. I'm planning to head up there this week. I'm wondering if you guys want to join me." And he was offering it to me and my older brother to come and tag along. And part of the reason why is he doesn't enjoy driving on his own to Florida. It's like a 24-hour drive. So he offered for us to come along to help with the driving, pay for the gas, and then we have a place to stay and hang out in Florida. And I will always remember this vacation because it was like the first time that I really got to hang out with my older brother and kind of just like almost like get to know him again. It's like, growing up. And my family situation is it's all boys. So it's my older brother, me, the middle, and my younger brother. And for those of you who have siblings and have grown up in a similar dynamic, but specifically just boys, I'm sure you probably know the dynamic is the older brother picks on the younger brother, the middle, in my case, me. And then as a result, I would get the idea, it's like, well, I've been bullied and targeted. I'm going to bully my younger brother, the youngest. But the reality is, when the middle decides to go that route, the older comes in to defend the younger and then beats you up twice. So there's no winning. Being the middle child sucks. So that was the dynamic between me and my older brother prior to this kind of vacation. Is like we were never all that close. Obviously, I love him. I loved him then, love him now, and I know he loved me. But we weren't hanging out buddy-buddy all the time. We honestly didn't think there was a lot between us in common other than like video games. So didn't talk to him too much. And now I'm going on a vacation with him. So this was the time to get closer to my brother. And that's kind of what happened. So on the drive down, we were a couple hours in, and I remember we were driving through Atlanta, Georgia. My older brother was driving, and we were just kind of talking a little bit, and then I remember he put on, like he had music going, but then he put on specifically, at the time, the new album by XXXTentacion X, his new album 17. That came out like in the summer, I think. So he threw that on, and I was like, yo, I love this music. And we were just vibing to the new album and talking about it because we're going to Florida. And it just, that really set it off. We were talking, and just like we were talking a lot about rap in general, and he didn't realize that I was into rap. And then, like, as the conversation was just flowing, I remember he kind of just hit me with a question I wasn't expecting. He's like, hey, why are you going on a mission? And it completely changed the direction of the conversation. And I understood at that moment, like, he's really trying to make sure, as an older brother, that I was doing this because it's something that I wanted to do, that I wanted to actually go and serve a mission for me, and not because someone from church or family or whatever was like pressuring me to do so. And it was the first time I had the opportunity to really like testify to anyone of my decision to like follow God or go on a mission, because I felt like it was the right thing to do. And I really got to talk to my brother open-heartedly about that and kind of console him, because he was concerned, because I know his experience growing up in the church alongside of me, him being the older brother. A lot of pressure was put on him as like, hey man, you're going to be the first missionary, all of this, throwing all this pressure at him. And I he was worried that I was going through the same thing at that time. So I get to just kind of explain to him, like, no, I'm doing this for me because I want to do it, not because anyone else is forcing me or making me feel like I have to do it. And I think that was an awesome conversation, and it really set the tone for this vacation of, I'm going to get to know my older brother a little bit more. He's going to get to know me, and we're going to hang out and, like, come closer. And throughout that vacation was awesome. Like, we spent every day together basically hanging out and enjoying Florida, driving around late nights and getting Krispy Kreme donuts and eating a whole box to ourselves. We went to Universal Studios and spent like one of the whole days of the 2 days in the Harry Potter portion of the park, and that was awesome. Like, it was a great vacation. I had a lot of fun, and I hope my brother enjoyed that vacation as much as I did. That's like probably my most memorable vacation, other than like my honeymoon. So it was great. And yeah, that's just like, I think that vacation almost reassured me of my decision and helped me realize that, like, I have family that's other than my mom that are going to really support me on this. And not that I didn't think I would, but it was something I needed. I needed to have that opportunity to come closer with my older brother, and I think not only for me but for him, to reassure him of this decision. And it was awesome. And that helped me also in the coming months as I got to explain to my other family, like my aunts and my uncles and cousins and stuff, like, I'm going on a mission, and then it comes with all the questions like, why are you doing this? What's this for? Are you getting paid? And I had people in my corner to help explain and reassure. And I remember specifically my grandma, she was like almost offended that I was going at the start because she didn't understand what it was. She thought that I was trying to run away, that I was trying to get away. I was like, I need to get away from my family, so I'm going to go to Fiji for 2 years and be a missionary. Like, she thought I was just trying to get away. And I got to explain it to her as well. And just slowly but surely, all my family came to understand why I was doing this and what it meant to me. And I think it helped set the path for my younger brother when he decided to go on his mission. My family was already kind of knew what it was, so I had to kind of pave the path with the support of my mom and my older brother and my younger brother and my dad as well. But especially those two, they understood the best what it was I was doing and why I was doing it. The mission comes with lots of preparation prior to getting approved. Like, you have to get a physical examination from a doctor, like a family doctor. And you have to get a dental checkup and make sure that your dental records are good and up to date, that you don't have any issues. And if you do, to get them resolved before you go out, because you're not going to have dental coverage for 2 years wherever you're going. It's just a lot of health related things, as well as, buying different stuff to have when you're out there, like luggage and all that kind of thing, all those kinds of things. But specifically, the dental bit leads into my next big story here. The dentist. I hate the dentist. The following is an abbreviated synopsis of getting your wisdom teeth removed at the dentist. The smell, the lighting, the ambience of drills and the suction. I don't want to be awake for that. Can I be high, basically? And he's like, no, you're fine. Trying to save me $1. It's like, I'm already here, $400 a tooth. Throw in the $300 high gas. He's like, you feel like you're pretty frozen? I'm like, yeah, oh. Like, it just felt like a piece of steak was sitting in my mouth where my tongue was supposed to be, feeling every hammer. There, tears welling up in my eyes. I'm getting the condensation-y kind of sweat, and I know my face is red. It feels hot. It's just kind of like, whatever. Frog eggs. Hey, a frog egg! Okay, can you feel this right now? I'm like, no, that's fine. You got... Pulling out gauze, bloody gauze, brushing your teeth, and then you're just shotgunning the toilet because your stomach's all out of whack, and then you're eating broccoli soup, which makes nothing great. And I had just like started a new job around that time, so I'm like, hey, I'm Cameron one day, and then the next week I'm like, hi, I'm Cameron, and I have my big cheeks, and I look like, yay! So yeah, that was the dentist portion of the experience. So $900 and 2 holes in my mouth later, I had gotten a check on my mission paperwork, and like I went in to this wisdom tooth experience expecting it to be like America's Funniest Home Videos or something. Like, you know, when they show the videos of like the kids that are on the laughing gas or whatever, and they're just coming out of their drug-induced comatose, and they're all like, what are you doing? Why my mouth hurt? There's like a video of my wife who was lucky enough to get the funny stuff, and she's all like telling random stories and like, because that's how you sound when you have these 2 craters in your mouth after getting your wisdom teeth out. Nonetheless, if you get all 4 out and you're like, So my wife has a hilarious video. I did not, because for some reason they decided to go cheap on me. But I survived. Got no mouth problems, so I guess taking the wisdom teeth out wasn't a big problem. I was on to the physical examination with my family doctor that had been my family doctor since I was a baby. It's like a full body examination. They check you up and down, and I'm sitting on the examination bench with like the little paper, like the parchment paper that they pull over the thing, crunching underneath your butt as you're sitting there. I love that. And like I'm just sitting there butt naked waiting for my family doctor to come in. And in my situation, my family doctor has known me my entire life, so it's just weirder. I remember asking him, I was like, I said it like this, I was like, hey, so can we skip the PP examination? You know, between you and me, everything seems fine. I check myself regularly to make sure there's no lumps or bumps in my marble bag, and everything's good. And he he kept it professional, but he's like, I insist that we do this properly, so just in case, I want to fill out your paperwork properly. And never in my whole life have I had as much shrinkage as that time. I've had cold showers, I've jumped into cold pools and lakes, but never in my life has my nude dude been so microscopic in nature. It retreated into my body like a turtle recoiling into its shell. I was I was almost upset at myself with how small it was. He had nothing to examine. Like, it was ridiculous. But he kept it short and swift, and he was like, yeah, it's small, but it's fine. And yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But I got my check mark, and I was ready for the next stage of getting my mission papers together. So basically, actually, after that, my mission paperwork was completed, and I was ready to submit it. Like, most of it was just to do with like health stuff. So like at that point, I was fit to go and serve a mission as far as the church was concerned, and I was to submit my papers, and then they'd send back a further package and information of things that I need to gather, like items and clothing and stuff like that. So once I had all my physical examinations completed, I would submit my paperwork to the church headquarters in Salt Lake City and wait for confirmation of an assignment. So I finished all my physical examinations right around like early December, and I submitted my paperwork through the mail, I think. Oh, I submitted it to my stake president or my church leadership, and then they would mail it off to church headquarters. So I'll switch over here and just kind of run through the... So if you ever want to pause the video at any point and just read what I've written about the experience, you can do so here. I'll just scroll through slowly. I think I explained things pretty good, honestly. But this is a more detailed account of the experience. And we'll finish right here. So this will be for the next video. So don't do that. Don't click F11 when you're recording, or it just stops for some reason. Okay. I thought I was already recording this, but alas I have not. So I'm going to try and have the same energy, and I was planning on recording for like an hour. Now I'm only going to record for like 30 minutes. So we're going to jump into this real quick. I'm going to try and explain it really well.